Hello there and welcome. My name is Anthony Aquino. That is a common beginning or introduction to a blues song. And the fact that every blues song, and all songs for that matter, have a beginning is actually a clue that points beyond the music, beyond the art, and beyond the universe itself. Because if everything that begins has a starting point, then maybe that includes everything. So how is that evidence for God? Well, stay tuned. We're going to talk about something called the Kalam cosmological argument and how to use it in conversation. Whether you're a student of apologetics or just that one Christian in your group chat who keeps getting the prove God exists texts, this video is for you. Today we're diving into the Kalam cosmological argument. Sound fancy? Don't worry. We're not doing rocket science. We're doing philosophy. Which, let's be honest, is just science without the lab coat and a lot more coffee. And maybe a beard. All right, what is the Kalam cosmological argument? The Kalam cosmological argument is a simple but powerful way to argue that God exists based on the beginning of the universe. It goes like this. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. Boom. That's it. 3 simple steps. Short enough to write on a napkin, deep enough to blow minds, and ancient enough to trace back to the Islamic philosophers like Al-Ghazali in the 11th century. Yep, Kalam is Arabic for speech or theological discourse. This isn't some modern invention. It stood the test of time. Now, let's break it down, because each of those steps has some weight behind it. Premise 1. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. So imagine I tell you this mug of coffee just popped into existence. No mug a second ago. Poof, mug. You'd laugh, right? Or call me a magician. But you wouldn't believe it came from nothing. Why? Because in all our experience, things don't just pop into being without a cause. If they did, we'd be living in constant fear of spontaneous cats, or worse, taxes appearing out of nowhere. Think about it. If anything could just appear without a cause, why don't we see that happening? Where are the randomly appearing elephants? Where's my spontaneous Tesla? So premise 1 holds. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. It's not just logical, it's lived experience. Premise 2. The universe began to exist. This one's a little more meaty. So let's put on our thinking caps, or our tinfoil hats if you're on YouTube. Just kidding. There are philosophical and scientific reasons to believe the universe had a beginning. Philosophically, an infinite number of past events leads to absurdities. You can't traverse an infinite past to get to today. That's like trying to finish counting all the numbers before you eat breakfast. You'd never get your day going. If time was infinite, going backwards, we'd never reach the present moment. But here we are. So the timeline must have a starting point. Scientifically, Big Bang cosmology even says the universe had a starting point. The universe, space, time, matter, exploded into being from a singularity. Before that was nothing. Even if some try to push back with multiverse theories or quantum models, all signs still point to a beginning. Stephen Hawking, a guy not exactly known for promoting church picnics, essentially said almost everyone now believes that the universe and time itself had a beginning. That's a paraphrase, but that's what he said. So premise 2, solid. Really solid. Conclusion. Therefore, the universe has a cause. If the universe began to exist, it has to have a cause. All right, but what kind of cause are we talking about? It has to be timeless, because time began with the universe. It has to be spaceless, because space began too. It has to be immaterial, not physical, because all matter began then. It has to be powerful. I mean, it caused the universe. It has to be personal, because impersonal forces don't make choices. They don't say, now seems like a good time to start a universe. And that, my friend, sounds suspiciously like God. Not a cosmic vending machine, not a flying spaghetti monster, but a transcendent, personal creator. Now let's talk about some common objections and how to respond. Objection 1. Well then, who created God? Good question, but a flawed one. The Kalam cosmological argument says whatever begins to exist has a cause. God didn't begin. He's eternal. He's the uncaused cause. If everything needed a cause, we'd never stop asking. Infinite regress equals no explanation equals no universe. Objection 2. Couldn't the universe just be eternal? That would mean an infinite past. And remember, we've already seen that philosophically and scientifically, that's unreasonable. Objection 3. Maybe it was a quantum vacuum. Even if you say quantum vacuum, that's still something, not nothing. Quantum events don't happen without a framework. They happen in time and space. Why does this matter? This isn't just about winning a debate or scoring points on Reddit. The Kalam points to a creator, a personal God who exists outside of time and who decided to create all of this. If he created the universe, maybe, just maybe, he created you with purpose as well. And that changes the game. All right. A few more thoughts. Next time someone asks you, why do you believe in God? Don't panic, and don't start quoting John 3:16, although it's a great verse. That's my favorite verse. You don't need to throw it down like a debate club champ. You just need to ask some honest and thoughtful questions. Like, do you think the universe has always existed? If not, what caused it? If everything that begins needs a cause, then why not the universe? These aren't arguments to win. They are doorways to deeper conversations. You're not trying to prove someone into the kingdom. You're helping them wrestle with the biggest questions of life. And hey, next time someone asks you the God question, give it a shot. Try offering the argument we walked through today. It just might be the beginning of a great dialogue. And remember, everything that begins has a cause, including productive conversations. My name is Anthony Aquino, and thank you for hanging out. Keep asking, keep seeking, and keep sharing.